What's up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. Today we are going to be looking at a new game. This is a soon-to-be-released free-to-play game called The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot. And I hope I have that. I keep screwing it up. It's The Mighty Quest for Epic Loot, I'm fairly sure, but I keep calling it the Epic Quest for Mighty Loot, which I guess doesn't really sound right. Either way. We have the middle package when it comes to the three packages that they offer. One is basically the intro pack that lets you get into the game in closed beta. It gives you a few extra bonus features. The middle package gets you access to a few more what do you call them? These little emerald thingies, which are the cash shop item. Plus it gives you access to the mage class. And then the final one is like $100. And when you get that one, like a pack of happy Asian girls swings by your house and does the Epic Loot theme song or something. So there's three different packages. I'm not sure what all of them do, but they progressively get better and better as you go through. But the whole premise of this game is you have your little castle or fort or whatever you want to call it. This is mine. So far it's kind of bad. It needs a lot of work. And you have these little mines and things right here. These right here produce gold for you, and these right here produce life force. Those are the two main resources in the game. So gold lets you buy things, life force lets you basically summon things. Now, this is your main room back here in the back. This is basically the heart of your keep. It is, what's it called? The castle heart, of course. And then you've got your gold, and you've got your life force. And so each of those can be upgraded. The castle heart itself is basically the main restriction that restricts everything else. So, you know, if your castle heart's too low, you're not going to be able to upgrade your architect, you're not going to be able to upgrade your hero trainer, etc., etc. You can see right here, it requires a castle heart rank 4. So if I want to upgrade this any further than what I've already got, then I've got to upgrade this little monster here. Now, with your chests back here, they control the maximum amount that you can hold. So right now, I can only store 12,000 gold. Well, I need 24,000 gold. So if I want to upgrade my heart, then I actually need to upgrade my chest so that I can hold more, so that I can upgrade, etc., etc. Now, while you're doing all of this stuff, you know, you've got also these other little buildings over here. The workers' cabin seems to be a cash shop only upgrade. I'm not 100% sure about that, but that does seem to be the general premise. Now, I've got mine at rank 4 because I spent a little bit of my real life money on it. With rank 4, that means I can do 4 things at once. So I could upgrade like these 3 things and this one all at the same time. So the more money you put into this, the more simultaneous transactions that you can do at a time. So the architect is your next main building that you're going to build. And this allows you to construct other upgrade things and buy rooms. And the rooms are what allow you to basically add on different little structures here. And you can rotate them as you see fit. You can move them around. You can set up a rather elaborate design or something fairly simple like I've got right here. Now, unfortunately, at the moment, I have a very basic setup. To get anything further than this, I need to upgrade my little architect's office. You can see right here, I can only have a maximum room of 4, and there's quite a bit more options here. I think probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 rooms would be your max at the current time. Now, you can also construct all of these other little options here. The gold mine, like I said, produces gold. The life force mine produces life force. Research, it's this little option over here. This allows you to actually increase the level of your creatures. Obviously, the higher level the creatures, the more advanced they are, the more damage they do, etc., etc. And these little creatures are what you get to populate your castle with, because other people are going to be coming to your castle to try and raid your loot room. And if your minions are not up to par, then they have the ability to take out your stuff. Now, my room, my little stuff isn't exactly the most epic, and I'm going to go over my defenses here in a little bit once I cover the rest of the buildings and the upgrades. But it's fairly decent for my level. I mean, I'm fairly happy with it. There's a little bit more work I could do and a few other nasty things I could use, but I need to get my resources up. Now, the other main building that you want to think about is your hero trainer. Your heroes in the Diablo version of the game is kind of what I call it. There's 2 versions. There's a castle defense side, and then there's the kind of the the Diablo side, I guess. That's the easiest way to put it. Where you kind of reverse tower defense work your way into the enemy's castle with the hopes of defeating all their minions and getting to their loot room in a certain amount of time. Well, every time you kill a monster, you get EXP just like you would in Diablo. And after a certain amount of EXP, you get a level up. Well, to level your heroes, it costs gold, obviously, which is, you know, one of the resources. But you also have to have the appropriate level for your little guy here. So right now, I could upgrade these guys if they were high enough to do so. My knight does desperately need an upgrade, but I don't currently have the gold to upgrade him. I think I probably have enough in my inventory to do it, but I want to hold off till after the video is done, because if I put those gold into my resources, it makes my base a little bit more juicy to attack, and I don't really want to open myself up while I'm recording. You also have the blacksmith. Now, currently, the blacksmith sells legendary gear. That's the purples, I think. Or maybe it's epic. I think it's epic gear. Epic is purple. They are going to be changing this soon. Right now, you can buy the best gear in the game from the blacksmith. Now, you can see the prices are very, very expensive. Especially based on the level. And I think like level 30 equipment, I think 30 is the current max. It's like 260,000 gold for these. Well, in the next patch, what they're going to be doing is they're going to be dropping it from purples to yellows, which is over here. Now, yellows are the legendary gear. Now, the blacksmith will no longer sell purples. It'll only sell legendaries, and the prices are going to come down. So it'll be pretty easy to gear your character out in full legendary or full yellows, but it's not going to be so easy to equip them with purples, because purples are only going to be gotten from raiding other castles and such. Now, there are a series of components that you can get. These right here will boost. You can get your gold boost, you can get life force boost, and you can get magic find boost. And that's very similar to Diablo if you're familiar with the magic find boost there. It just increases your chance of finding magic items every time you kill a monster. Now, there's also armor, there's jewelry slots, which are over here, and it even has a buyback option should you want to buy back stuff that you have sold previously. Now, your potion brewery is very similar to what you'd think. It allows you to buy potions. You can buy them with either real life money, which is the green resource, or you can buy it with gold. The boosters are only purchasable through real life money. So that's kind of where the cash shop portion of this comes in. It is going to be a free-to-play game eventually, so that's, I think, where they're hoping to drive a lot of their expenditures from, that and other heroes. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the summoning pool or summoning portal. This is where you summon all of your creatures and you create all of your traps. These are what you use to defend your castle and try and keep people from being able to invade easily. Your goal here is to either defeat them outright. If you defeat them, you get a monetary reward. Plus you get castles. I'm not quite sure what these little, or crowns. I'm not sure what the crowns are used for, but it is kind of a rank type setup. So the more crowns you have, it's kind of a leaderboard scoring system. And if you lose, they take your crowns. And if you invade somebody and you lose, then they take your crowns. The other option that we've got now is the research lab. Research Lab allows you to beef up your creatures, make them harder to kill. And as you can see right over here, you know, if we took the derp and we leveled him from level 2 to level 3, then, you know, you can see his level of difficulty goes from a 6 to a 10. His physical damage goes from 44 to 60, and he gets almost double his hit points. And every single monster that you have in the game, including the boss monsters, can be leveled up and made rather ridiculous. So it kind of gives you the option. You can also do the same with traps. They do more damage, etc., etc. So they are going to be doing a few more changes to this as well. From what I understand, the upgrades, like the summoning costs, are going to basically stay the same, but the upgrades are going to be drastically more expensive. In the next patch, they're also going to be changing the way the mines work and making their upgrades, I think, a little bit cheaper to upgrade, but I think a little bit more expensive to place. I'm not sure about all of the details there. Now, let's look at my castle and how the whole invading mechanics work. Anytime a hero invades, he's going to start here and then work his way up this road. Now, you can rotate your buildings any way you like. You can put them together in any way you like. You can set up a variety of traps. You can see I've got 2 flamethrower traps right here that slowly spin. And then I've got my 2 patrols here. Now, each of these monsters, like if I'm going to go ahead and place, my mouse just kind of derped out there for a minute. let's say I was going to summon a derp. Well, you can see each of these monster packs has a number score. So I can only put 20 in each of these packs. Now each of these packs also aggroes differently. So if you aggro this pack, you're going to pull everything in this group, but it's not going to aggro this group or this group. And a lot of new players screw up and they'll walk over here, aggro this group, freak out because there's a trap here, and then they'll run over here, which aggroes this group, and they'll freak out because there's a trap here, and then they'll run over here and aggro this group, and now they're fighting 3 groups when you only have to aggro 1. The only way you aggro another group is if you get close enough to its circle to aggro it, or if you shoot a monster that's inside of it. So if this monster right here walks all the way over here and you do an AoE ability on this monster, then you're going to aggro this group. However, if this monster moves over here and you just attack that monster, you're not going to aggro the group. Now the general idea that I've got right here, I've got a summoner right here, this little guy. He's kind of nasty because anytime the derps die, he turns them into skeletons. This Defensatron guy has an ability to basically make one other creature completely immune to destruction. Now, I had kind of hoped that he would do that for my little puppeteer here, but he usually does it for one of the archers. The archers are kind of nasty to low-level characters, and they have a tendency to kind of wreck people, so for either one, it's kind of a good bonus. Now, this guy right here, this is a Dr. Skull. Dr. Skull is a mini-boss. He can take a hell of a lot of damage, and anytime you kill anything, he summons it as a fairly nasty skeleton. Well, I've got a bunch of really easy to kill monsters here. So if you engage him, the derps are going to engage you. The Cyclops is going to engage you. You kill the Cyclops or the derps, and the Dr. Skull is going to turn them into more monsters, which kind of makes your job pretty hard. So you've got to focus him down before you kill anything else. The Cyclops is going to beat the hell out of you while you're doing that. If you kill the Cyclops, he summons a pretty nasty skeleton, and it just gets nasty from there. Same general idea here. I've got a bunch of like spitters, which are ranged mobs. You shoot them, you kill them, then these guys are going to turn you into a bone army of doom. And that's basically the general idea that I've got through the whole area here. Now, once you get beyond a certain point, you can actually kill these monsters fairly easily. It's not quite such a nasty base. And you can see from my log here that I do get beat fairly frequently. It's not an amazing defense, but you know, it does work some of the time. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this guy's replay, and you can kind of see how it works in action. Now this is the warrior type ability, or the warrior character. There's 3 different ones. There's the warrior, there's the archer, and then there's the mage. I'm not sure if they're going to be adding more in the future. And you can see he goes straight for the Defendatron, which is protecting this guy here. And then he kills the Summoner, which is basically how you should do this. Because that basically keeps the undead army of doom from spawning and makes your life a little bit easier. Thankfully, he can't damage my buildings or anything. Now, when he gets to here, he's going to want to kill the little spitters, because they're what's going to be doing a lot of damage to him. But he's going to need to focus on the little monsters here that summon. Now you're also going to notice these little summoners also are rezzing fight people from the previous group. So just because he's fighting right here doesn't mean that the summoners are going to just focus on this group here. Now the other nice thing is you can actually speed this up if you want, and you can see how, you know, the fight progresses and how he went about doing things. You can pause it, etc., and there's even a way to rate it. Now, one of the things I want to show you is up here in the upper right-hand corner, this little timer here. This is the second objective. Remember when I mentioned there's 2 objectives when somebody is invading your base? The first objective is to flat out kill them. The second objective is to simply delay long enough for people, for this timer to run out. When this timer runs out, we're going to go ahead and leave the replay. When the timer runs out, right over here, these chests are protected through a grate. So if you can't get there and actually pound through it fast enough, you're not going to be able to get much resources from the person you're attacking. So it's kind of a timing setup to make sure that you're actually attacking it fast enough and progressing quick enough to get through. Now let me show you the different hero types that we've got. So first off is the knight. The knight, he's actually the one that's in one of the heroes that's in the trailer. You can see my guy is currently capped out because I haven't had enough gold to upgrade him yet. Now, when you open this up, you've got your equipment just like you would in Diablo. Every time you go in and you loot, you get more equipment as drops, and some of it can be good, some of it can be bad. And if it's bad, you can sell it to an unnamed merchant who will always buy your stuff, and you can use that to kind of fuel your war chest if you like. Now, each of the heroes also has his own unique abilities, and these abilities upgrade over time, as you can see right here. So, for instance, we're running Stunning Blow, Flame Coat, Fiery Weapon, and Fiery Slash on ours. You could change this up to a variety of different techniques and abilities as the game goes on. You've also got the Archer. The Archer, for me, is more of a kiting class. He specializes in slowing enemies down while he picks them apart slowly, and he's also got a variety of attacks that allow him to do damage to monsters in a line or rapidly do damage to a single target. And then you've got the Mage. The Mage, at the moment, you can't unlock unless you buy one of the larger packages, either the $40 or $100 package. The Mage, he's good at killing a lot of really small monsters, but he's very, very weak when it comes to doing damage to bosses. So you can see I've played all three of the classes for quite a little bit. Haven't quite maxed out the Archer yet. I just got my Soul Heart, or my Dungeon Heart, upgraded to where I can finally upgrade these guys to level 10, which I'll be doing later tonight. Now let me show you guys the attacking screen. Now when you first start off, you're going to be down here at the Little Spitaley area. You'll eventually move to Scented Gardens and then Bling's Landing. And you can see all of the different options that you've got here. Now the friend zone, I believe this is where all of your friends' castles are. So if you have friends, you can actually see all of your friends here. You can do, I don't know if you could actually attack your friends. I believe you can. Now, one of the other options in the region map is the competitions. Now the competitions, you have a variety of different levels here that scale up from 1 all the way to 30. Now, these individual little areas here each have their own challenges. And when you click on them, you can see the leaderboard. And this is the person who's managed to get through the fastest. So the different times and such like that you've got here, the faster you go through here, the higher up on the leaderboard you're going to get. You can see how many people have participated, what their time is, what the best time is, etc., etc. And you can participate in each of these, and I think it's a 24-hour or 1-week timer on this. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, looks like they're about a week long or 5 days long. Now, that's just the PvE type side of things. Let's get to the PvP side. Now, when you're first here on this island, you're going to see everything's got a green arrow next, or green little icon next to it. That's because this is all PvE. These are all computer-generated opponents and computer castles, etc., etc. Now, you're also going to see that they've got these different stars here. The stars here, for what I understand, mean no deaths, less than 3 potions used, and I think beating it in the time limit. So let's look at Scented Gardens. This is the second area here. And you can see now we've got some that are not green. These are actual different players groups. And you can see, you know, this is Kerbek's Castle, this is Oberon's Castle, Swordsman's Castle, etc., etc. And you can see right there the number of crowns that they've got shows kind of the success or the failure of their castle. So for instance, Oberon's here, he's never defeated any heroes, his castle's level 5, he doesn't have any traps, and his base is pretty easy and weak to get into, and accordingly you're not going to make much if you raid him. Now let's look at one of the guys who has a fairly substantial defense. Alright, Brad here. Brad, if you kill him, you're going to get 1200 EXP. You're going to make a fairly decent chunk of change for this level. He's a level 6 castle. The average duration people can get through in about 2 minutes and 44 seconds. He's got 5 traps. He's got his defense capped out, and he's killed a lot of heroes. So it kind of gives you the idea of what to expect here. So we're going to actually go ahead and try and take his castle out. I haven't done him so far. You can see right here that the metrics for the different stars, 1 is no death, less than 3 potions, and beat the castle in less than 2 minutes and 50 seconds. We don't have any crowns at the moment because I suck balls at this game, but we are going to try and defeat this guy with our archer. Now, some classes do better with other setups. certain castles are good at taking out different classes. Like you'll have castles that are amazing for taking out mages, some that are amazing for taking out other classes. It just kind of depends on your setup. Now the caltrops I just dropped there, what that lets me do, anything that moves in there is going to be snared. I was kind of hoping they'd chase me. They didn't. That little green aura is ravens. I set those up to kill basically anything that tried to come after me. We're going to drop our caltrops. Try and avoid that fire. Summon our little ravens. And we're going to one-shot this guy. There we go. Now that little like glowing ball over there, that glowing ball will heal me if I walk into it. Alright. Drop that there. Now these guys aren't going to be moving, so I don't need to caltrop them. Oh, crap. Now these archers do a lot of damage early on. I'm fairly high level to do this castle, so I shouldn't have too much trouble with them. Now those right there, those traps are snaring traps, so you gotta be careful with those. Oh, crap. Oh, what the heck? Let's pick up that heart, give it a little bit extra health. And this is where the archer kind of has his strengths and weaknesses. He can't really, you know, hold straight up in a knockdown, drag-out fight, but he's really good at kiting. Well, the problem with kiting this group here is they just get to summon a ton of monsters, which over time, as you kill them, gets worse and worse for you. So you kind of got to pick these off quickly. And the faster you can kill the summoners, the better off you're going to do. Alright, so we got more snaring here. Now that second Cyclops is going to be protected by this Defensitron, so I got to kill him first. We'll drop caltrops, drop our little sign, and hopefully, yeah, there he goes, he's done. So now we can easily kill the Cyclops, and what do we have as a boss? Oh god, a doctor. I hate those guys so much. This is going to be nasty, because I got to kill these Doctor Skulls, and they have a shit ton of hit points. Now, I will not be doing this, I won't be beating this one in the time limit, because he's basically assured that I can't. We're just going to focus on this Doctor here. Let's drop this right here. I'm not going to kill that thing yet, because I don't want him coming back as a skeleton. Oh! Don't grab me, bro! Alright, that one's down. Now I'm going to have to kill the Defensitron before I can kill the other Doctor. Which means I'm going to have yet another skeleton to deal with. Now we got to kill this Doctor. Hopefully before the little grabby thing dies. Otherwise we're going to be dealing with more skeletons. Which I don't really want to do. There we go. Oh crap. Thankfully that thing will track him no matter where he goes. And he's dead. Alright, now we just clean these guys up. Which won't be hard. Drop that. Caltrops. And GG. So we won, which is nice. We got a victory. We managed to take that guy out. The problem is, up here in the top right, you can see we did not make it in the time limit. So when we open this door and we step on through, you're going to see that both of these things got shielded. So it kind of sucks, but we did manage to do 2 out of 3 stars, which means we do get some money, we do get some EXP, and we're going to get 1 of his crowns. Unfortunately, we don't manage to take it all. So we're going to go ahead and rate the guy. We'll give him a 5-star, which gives us some bonus money. And well, then we'll give him a nice message. Solid defense, bro. And you can leave a message. Most messages, in my experience, are not that nice and friendly. But that's basically the game from there. As you can see, we've now raided his base, so it's on fire, it's smoking. Actually, I don't think that was his base, because we had 2 stars on it, and that's... yeah. So I guess he just disappears now. So over time, you know, you get better and stronger. You can do these faster as you upgrade your gear. You can, you know, transfer equipment and get better and better and better. Faster times. And like I said, certain castles are going to be stronger at defending different types. You know, a knight would have probably done that castle a lot faster than my archer would, and a mage would have had a hell of a time with it because mages suck really badly with single target DPS. So it's a pretty solid game. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. For me, it's been a lot of entertainment over the past couple days. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Personally, I'm going to keep playing it. Probably we'll do a series over the next couple weeks. Let me know what you guys think down there. As always, if you liked the video, slap that like button. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next clip.